them live in areas heavily bombed by Britain and the United States during the Gulf War, with weapons coated with depleted uranium. We can't show you all the affected children because some of them have been so grotesquely disfigured by their tumors. Every day, the anxious faces of children and their parents line the corridors of the cancer wards of Basra's main hospital. 10-year-old Noor has come for a checkup and for her medication, but she hasn't responded to any of the treatment. The tumor is gradually spreading to different parts of her body. She's constantly tired and has had to leave school.
سبب الحرب هي تأثيرات الحرب هي اللي سببت هاي الأمراض وإنما بالعائلة إحنا ما عندنا. بعدين إحنا ساكنين بالحكيمية غير ضربوا هاي بيوت البيبسي اللي يمنا يعني هاي جزء أثرت يعني هاي بعد ما أعرف يعني بعدين هي صارت بعد الحرب يعني ب92.
Cases of cancer in southern Iraq have risen by 20 times since the Gulf War, and some examples beg a belief. Regeh Salim Ali is 14 and yet she faces having a mastectomy because she may have breast cancer. Doctors say a mastectomy would have been a straightforward decision in the case of an older woman, but they're reluctant to do it for such a young girl. In this society, her parents know she'll never be married if she has the operation.
قلت لأهلي قالوا عندك هذا هوا فمن قالوا هوا طلعت لي هذه سودة محروقة جوا بعد أنا ما أدري ودوني المستشفى قالوا عملية.
The United States says it used over 300 tons of depleted uranium weapons in these former battlefields. Whilst Britain and the US acknowledge the rising concern about ill health in Iraq, they say there's no study which proves the link between the cancer cases in the region and the use of these weapons. The vast majority of cancer cases in southern Iraq are found amongst communities living in the former battlefields of the Gulf War. And the doctors in this region say that the depleted uranium used by Allied forces to destroy these Iraqi tanks has now contaminated this whole area. It's in the air, in the ground, and in the food chain.
Yes.
The West says Iraq is manipulating the depleted uranium controversy, of using it as propaganda. But that is little comfort to those seeing out their last days in the cancer wards of Basra's main hospital. The ill-equipped staff of the hospital are trying to cope, often learning as they go along. The doctors here say the patients have cancers which were never seen before the Gulf conflict.
I haven't seen tumors, very rare, but now it's what I could call it's endemic or epidemic of cancer. We could call it epidemic of cancer.
Britain is now re-examining the consequences of using depleted uranium weapons, especially as it has implications for British troops in the field in future conflicts. But ordinary Iraqis say they're already living with those consequences well after the fighting here ended. Regeh Ommar, BBC News, Southern Iraq.